So released officially at the start of the 2000 era after the Puma Monstro and also the Speed Cat range, this Puma Talon OG sneaker is making a comeback now at the start of July, at least here in the UK, where we had it in this color combination which we have a look at today. Hello guys and welcome back for a brand new review. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and also giving me a like. It really helps out the channel. As I said earlier, in today's video you're gonna have a look at another pair of Puma shoes which is making a comeback back from their archives, and this one just dropped here in the UK. So let's just go ahead and start with the box, guys, which as you can see will come in one of the regular ones in this matte black colorway, which will have this Puma tag in this white color here on the corner with the Puma logo and also select written on top. At the bottom also gonna have this form strip in this glossy color. Nothing special, this will be your usual box, so let's just go ahead and take them out. So in today's video, guys, we're gonna have a look at this comeback coming from Puma, and this one will be for the Talon OG sneaker. So even though I've been saying it in the last year or so that past releases coming from Puma were much nicer than today's ones, where we had a lot of releases for the Puma Monstro and also the Speed Cat in the last year, I feel that now with this release, which is called the Talon OG, I don't actually feel that this one was meant to make a comeback. I really feel that this one it's not a great release at all, at least in my opinion. This one feels quite a cheap build, and even though this one comes at a retail price of £130 here in the UK, which will be around 145 US dollars or euros, I don't actually feel that that price is justified in any way. For sure this one would have been appreciated if it would come under the 100 pounds, dollars or euros. For this one we're gonna have the 2004 release, which according to Puma it seems that this one was ahead of its time, which I need to admit that I don't agree at all. Nevertheless, this one is available now in UK in at least this color combination for now, and yeah, straight out of the box I feel that this one is a very cheap pair of shoes, which will have a very simple construction where you're gonna have mesh, which on top will have a lot of these rubberized fused materials, which are actually quite thick, and I guess that's why this one feels that it's a replica. Now, the level of comfort as expected won't be great. This one will be the same as the Speed Cat and the Monstro. We don't actually have a proper midsole. Inside we won't have an ortholite insole either, so I feel that this one, yeah, it's actually a bit too expensive for what we are getting, but having it on foot, this one actually looks quite nice, guys. For sure this one will turn heads with this very interesting design, which it seems that back in the 2000 era was making waves as well, but to be honest I don't remember this model at all. So yeah, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and also do a small breakdown of this Talon OG sneaker. So as you can see, for this upper we're gonna have a very simple mix of materials. As a base layer we're gonna have this mesh, which feels actually quite thick. So from the front to the back we're gonna have the same mesh material, and on top of this one, guys, we're gonna have a lot of these rubberized materials in this gray color, which will be present at the front of the tobo section, on the sides, then in the midfoot for this form strip, at the back as well, covering slightly this heel section. And these ones are actually quite thick, but to be honest they are also quite flexible as well, so I wouldn't say that this one will restrict the flexibility. Most definitely having it in hand and looking at it up close feels quite cheap, but when having these ones on feet, I need to admit that the design looks quite nice and still futuristic, even though this one was released back in 2004. As in for the actual lacing system, this one will be tucked down underneath these side walls, and these ones will keep in place these round black laces. In the actual box, you're gonna receive a second pair in a gray color, which will match with the rest of the gray present for the upper. So underneath these laces we're gonna have this open style mesh, which I guess will be the only one giving it a very good breathability, but this one will just be here on top of your foot. So on top of this very breathable tongue, we're also gonna have this synthetic material in this black color, which on top will also have the Puma logo in this gray color. So going inside of the shoe, guys, for both back of the tongue and also the rest of the shoe, we're gonna have this felt material, which I guess will actually keep your foot a bit warm. Then at the back we're gonna have some padding, but not too much. This one overall I would say that it's actually quite easily collapsible. And at the bottom we're gonna have a very cheap insole, which will also have a small arch support. And here at the heel section we're also gonna have the Puma logo alongside the lettering, which will come in this white color. So as I said earlier, for this one we don't actually have a midsole. This one will be the rubber outsole, which will come from underneath and cover most of this top part of the shoe. So this one actually embraces it quite nice. The design, at least looking from above, looks quite nice. The level of comfort for this one, it's actually, I would say, below average. Also inside we're gonna have that very cheap insole. So I guess the only thing which will improve the comfort for this one will be by just swapping that foam insole with something a bit more comfortable and thicker. Unfortunately, that will reveal a lot of this mesh material, making this one quite easily to scratch it, rip it, and so on. This one, it's not a stiff rubber outsole, it is a bit flexible, so I guess that's why this one doesn't feel too stiff. As in for the actual sizing, guys, for this one I just went with my true to sizing. For me, as I have skinny feet, this one fits me just fine, and I would say that's gonna be roughly the same for people with normal feet. But just in case you have wide feet, maybe you'll want to consider going with a half size up, just to make sure that this one is not gonna be too tight for you. So overall, guys, this latest release coming from Puma, which is making a comeback for this Talon OG sneaker, which was released initially back in 2004. In my opinion, it's coming at a slightly too high retail price, which unfortunately is not going to be reflected in the materials at all. I really feel that most of them are actually quite cheap. We're also gonna have a lot of these overlays made out of this rubber material, which again feels cheap. And even though we're gonna have mesh for most of this upper, the only breathability will be here on top of the foot at the tongue. But I still feel that this one is a bit too expensive for what we are getting. End of the day, we're just gonna have a mix of rubber material and mesh, which unfortunately doesn't have a good level of comfort at all. As I said earlier, this rubber outsole and the insole, it's not enough. So for sure you'll need to swap that insole with something a bit more comfortable. So for sure I would advise you that if you really like this one, to just wait for them to go on sale. I really feel that the overall retail price for now it's a bit too high. So yeah, guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of one of these latest comebacks coming from Puma, which for today was for the Talon OG sneaker. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you want to have a look at any of my latest reviews, you can choose from any of the videos which you have now on the screen. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching!